Hey guys, this is Desolate Tutorials, and today we're going to be looking at how to make a drum and bass breakbeat in Native Instruments Massive, or not Massive, I'm sorry, Maschine. This is what it's going to sound like. This is what the finished project is going to sound like. So we're going to be going over both the drums and the reeds. And the reeds is just there to add some flavor to it. It's not very good. I just made this really fast for this tutorial. So let's go ahead and reset everything so that we'll be on the same page. Now you want to set the tempo or BPM to 175, and then you're going to want to go down to the description of this video, and you're going to open up the link, media file link, and download it, and you'll get this drum and bass break pack. And you want to go to drum hits, and you want to drag all these into Maschine. So you want to put them in the same order that I am, so this tutorial will be easier to follow. So sound 1 is going to be the kick, sound 2 snare, sound 3 hi-hat, sound 4 percussion, sound 5 is going to be the ride, sound 6 bongo 1, 7 bongo 2, 8 bongo 3. And we can close that out. Now you should have all these sounds. The bongos are very quiet, and they're supposed to be like that. And you don't really have to touch any of these volumes, you leave them all the same. So let's open up a 1 bar little loop. So for the kick and snare pattern, we're just going to do the basic. I don't know, you should know how to make that. It's just going to be kick, snare, kick, snare. If you listen to any drum and bass songs, a lot of them are going to have this kind of pattern to it. And if you look at this beat right now, we have this little space right here is very empty. So that's what the percussion comes in. That's where we're going to fill. We're going to fill this with percussion. So we're going to use that with the hi-hat and the percussion little hit. Those are the two things we're going to use to fill this. So we're going to put 2 hi-hats like that. I'm going to put another hi-hat right here to fill in that space right there. That sounds good by itself, but to give it a little bit more speed and variety, we're going to add this percussion hit in between those 2 hi-hats to fill the space in even more. And this is what it sounds like. It sounds really good already, but we're going to add a lot more to it. I always like to, in my drum and bass beats, add a ride that's very constant in the background, just going dun dun dun. So we're going to add that in there. Highlight this, Alt and drag. It's not very loud, but it gives it just fills in the whole loop itself a lot more. And then the last thing we're gonna do is add the bongos to this beat. It's just gonna fill in these things. So I made this pattern a while ago. You can go like this. Go bongo 1, bongo 3, bongo 1, bongo 3, bongo 1, bongo 3, bongo 1, bongo 3. But in this space right here, we're gonna change it up and add this one right there, this one right there. With the ride. Actually gonna add another thing right here. So I actually put it at bongo 1, so that sounds really good. And if you see, what we've done is we started out with just the kick and the snare. With the percussion, we just filled in all the spaces and gave it a lot of variety and making it really give it a nice speed and tempo to it. That's what we want to do, a lot of movement in it. So now what we're going to do is drag this thing to make it 2 measures. Then we're going to highlight all this, grab down Alt, drag, And so repeat this, but this time we're gonna add a little variation with the snare. Just put a snare at the very end. Alright, and now drag it out. One more, actually two more. And we're gonna highlight all that and Alt drag, like so. Take the snare and we're gonna put it right there. And that's gonna be, we just did that to add some variety in it. And now we're gonna go to the reed space. I made a tutorial on this reed space a while ago. If you look at my other videos, it should be called like jungle, sub, bass, something like that. So we're gonna go group B, go right here, hit plugins, and go to massive VST. Wait for that to load. My massive is very slow. Don't know why, but it is. So here, wait for that to open. Oh my goodness, sorry. Wow. Okay, it's not normally this slow. Alright, well, let's just move this a little bit out of the way. It's not gonna let me do that either. Okay, there we go. Finally. Alright, finally, it took long enough. What we're going to do is open up the pack again, go to massive patch, click on this, file open, and just drag that patch right in there, and go to open. It should play when you hit it. Wow, sorry, I didn't think it was going to be this bad. Probably because I have Logic Pro X open too with this. So we're just gonna edit just a tiny bit. Just take the amp of the oscillator one and put it down just a tiny bit like that, to where it's pointing at the F in the F1. Turn down the volume a little bit too. So if you're on your hardware, go to pad mode and then click F1. So you can play it like a keyboard. And then you want to hit F2 so it goes down one octave. Alright, so that's what we're going to be doing. And, oops, what did I do? Alright, here it is. So you can look at what I did with this. I mean, it's pretty basic. But we're going to go and just throw in a little pattern. I'm going to C. I'm actually going to first of all make this 4 measures long, so it's just as long as the drum beat. There we go. And it's going to be very basic. I just did this to make it a little more interesting. So double click, drag it out 2 measures, then that's what we're going to do. You don't have to do this part. I mean, you can make it however you want, but I'm just going to go ahead and add this in. Add that. And then that. Go back down to the C. Oops. Alright, and that's the little pattern we made. That's the beat. I mean, it's not too hard, but you can also, with this, you can change it however you want. I mean, you can take out the bongos, they'll still sound good. Can't really hear the bongos too much, but if you have headphones on or something, they'll add a little bit more sound to it. But I'm just running through my computer speakers, so it's not the best quality. But that is it for this tutorial. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.